Food and culture are interwoven. The processes involved in preparing, serving, and sharing certain foods and drinks might appear simple, but they often carry important social and cultural significance. Recipes and dietary practices can be used to transmit knowledge from one generation to the next. So in this video, we are going to discuss top 10 cultural foods in the world. The video is going to be amazing. Make sure to stick till the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. Number 10. Washoku in Japan. Japanese food is so damn good that it was added to UNESCO's representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity in 2013. It was added as a way to preserve it, as traditional dietary habits are starting to die out across the country, but also because the food is fresh, simple, and produced with such incredible attention to detail. Japanese food is collectively referred to as washoku. At its essence, it reflects a deep respect for nature, using natural, locally sourced ingredients such as rice, fish, vegetables, and edible wild plants. Every little detail about Japanese food, from the way it's prepared and presented to the way it's eaten, stems from a historical cultural tradition that is passed down through the generations. Washoku is traditionally composed of 4 elements: cooked rice, the staple dish, soups, side dishes that give flavor to the rice, and tsukemono, Japanese pickles. Number 9. Couscous in Algeria, Mauritania, Morocco, and Tunisia. In the North African nations of Algeria, Mauritania, Morocco, and Tunisia, people understand couscous better than most. The dish originated here, and in 2020, UNESCO recognized not only the dish itself, but also the knowledge associated with how couscous is produced. Couscous is a cereal, thus the process starts with a seed. The semolina that's grown and harvested is rolled by hand to form those tiny rounded balls. It's then steamed and finally cooked. Each of the 4 countries listed has a slightly different way of preparing and eating couscous, but one thing they all have in common is the ceremonial nature of the processes involved, which are transmitted down from parents to their children through observation. Number 8. Traditional Mexican cuisine in Mexico. It's not surprising that Mexican cuisine has attained UNESCO's intangible cultural heritage of humanity status. The country is so diverse from state to state and province to province, the result being a full spectrum of flavor, contrasts, and olfactory sensations. One of the most interesting facts about Mexican food: the development of the national cuisine was driven by the interaction between Spanish conquistadors and Aztec culture. Most of the Mexican food we eat today is a delicious combination of ancient traditions, Aztec, Mayan, and Spanish. The French also played their part in the story of Mexican cuisine, adding baked goods such as sweetbreads and the bolillo to the mix. Number 7. Dolma in Azerbaijan. Dolma is one of the most popular menu items that you'll find at restaurants in Baku and the rest of Azerbaijan. Delicious dolma is a pre-cooked grape leaf stuffed with minced meat, rice, onion, and sometimes other ingredients such as peas. The word dolma is of Turkic origin and technically is a shortened version of doldurma, which translates to stuffed. Recipes and methods of dolma making are passed down from generation to generation. One of the greatest things about dolma is that the food is used as a way to celebrate guests and mark special occasions. Azerbaijani people are extremely hospitable and love teaching their traditions. Number 6. Neapolitan pizzaiolo in Italy. Through the centuries, the art of making Neapolitan pizza has been based on a few key elements, namely water, flour, salt, and yeast. Traditionally, raw ingredients are produced in the Campania countryside. It's in the hands, heart, and soul of the pizzaiolos, pizza chef, that the magic really happens. And that's why UNESCO has declared the city of Naples' trademark technique of pizza making part of the world's intangible cultural heritage. There are 3 primary categories of pizzaiolos: the master pizzaiolo, the pizzaiolo, and the baker. The knowledge and skills for making pizza is primarily transmitted in the bottega or in homes, where young apprentices observe masters at work. Number 5. Flatbread in Iran, Azerbaijan, Central Asia, and Turkey. The flatbread has a long history on the Eurasian continent, and each region and country has its own variation. The making and sharing culture surrounding flatbread was added to the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List in 2015. The humble flatbread is hugely important to Iranian, Azerbaijani, Turkish, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan food culture. Flatbread, including lavash, karma, jupka, and yufka, are typically prepared by households and community members on a daily basis. Besides being eaten as a staple food, flatbread plays an important role in weddings, births, funerals, and religious gatherings. Depending on the region, flatbread is either cooked in a stone or earth-ground oven, on a metal plate, or in a cauldron. Flatbread dough is always prepared from simple ingredients: wheat flour, water, and salt. Number 4. Turkish coffee in Turkey. Turkey has no fewer than 3 food-related listings on UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage List. Turkish coffee is perhaps its best known and most recognizable. Coffee was first introduced to the Ottoman Empire in the 15th century. It was an instant hit. From that point on, the Ottomans controlled coffee trading routes and were responsible for spreading coffee throughout the empire. This explains why countries and territories previously conquered by the Ottomans, including Bosnia and Herzegovina, have their own coffee traditions that are closely related to Turkish coffee. Number 3. Kimchi in South Korea. Basically, kimchi is some type of vegetable, most frequently Napa cabbage, that has been fermented in a spicy red paste that may include red chili powder, garlic, ginger, salt, sugar, fish sauce, and green onions. People tend to have strong opinions about kimchi. They either love it or hate it, but there's no denying that it's a required part of any Korean meal. In November each year, Korean families gather for kimjang, the traditional process of making kimchi. Historically, it was done after the harvest and was a way to store enough kimchi to sustain a family through the winter season. Number 2. Oshi Palav in Tajikistan. Tajikistan's Oshi Palav is closely related to Uzbekistan's pulav. In fact, both rice-based dishes were inscribed by UNESCO in the same year. In Tajikistan, Oshi Palav is known as a dish of peace for the role it plays in bringing people from different backgrounds together. Up to 200 varieties of Oshi Palav are thought to exist. The most basic rendition is made with lamb, rice, onions, and carrots simmered in a broth. Prepared in vast quantities ahead of social gatherings, Oshi Palav is traditionally eaten at events that mark significant life milestones, such as weddings and funerals. Number 1. Ceremonial Keske in Turkey. Made with meat or chicken, Keske is a stew found in Turkish, Iranian, and Greek cuisines. The dish is usually associated with a ceremonial or religious occasion and is cooked by groups of men and women together in the community. Keske was inscribed on the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List in 2011 because of its role as a Turkish ceremonial dish. After the wheat or barley is washed and prayed over the previous day, music from both drums and pipes is played as the grains are poured into a large cauldron. The mix is then beaten with wooden hammers until a fine consistency is achieved. Let us know your opinion in the comments section below. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more interesting videos. Stay safe, and we will be back soon with another video.